Master Muhammad here from Brain Education Middle East, and this is your physical and mental health combined. Do you often do the things you say you're going to do? What about the things we think about? Do they make it through to our action? Do we follow through? Often our brain tells us what we think is right, but it also tells us what we like. In this process today, we're going to align them together today, and then we're going to try and see if we can bring out that power and raise our thoughts and what we like to action. So let's do that together. Brain integration. It's a funny thing. It's actually the fourth step in the brain education system of training. So we're going to jump right into the good stuff. And to give you a little bit of science, our brain is formed of 3 layers, top to bottom. In our top layer, our neocortex helps us in thinking, processing, our cognition. Basically, the stuff that tells us what's right. Okay? Now, the second layer, a little bit lower down, is our emotional brain, also called the limbic system. And basically, this tells us what we like. And then we get into that brainstem that gives us all that lively power that we have inside our body, sometimes even without our knowing, without our conscious awareness. But what would happen if they aligned? What would happen if they got together? They had a little conversation. Hey, I think we should do this. Hey, I'd rather do this. I like this. How about we do a little bit of what we like, what we say is right, and maybe our body can work with us, really find that power. So I want you to come through with action. I want you to integrate what you think is right, what you like, and what you do, all as one being. Wouldn't we want that? More of our thoughts would come through to our action. And then we'd really feel not only a sense of brain integration, but self-integration. So what's going to do together? Here, we're going to face a little bit of challenge because this isn't your regular session. Nuh-uh. There's going to be some bodily movement to open up the meridian channels inside our body, especially around this area, place where we tell ourselves what we like, and around this area to get some power in. And then we're going to hold a posture for a certain amount of time. Won't tell you yet. We're going to burn through these unnecessary thoughts and feelings to get through to the sincere, the right stuff, the stuff that gets us in line. And finally, we're going to get to our brain, have a little conversation. Let's stay together and integrate. All right. So first up, we've got a little bit of movement to free up all the meridian channels inside our body. Shoulder shrugs or shoulder bouncing. Pretty nice and simple. We want to really feel as though circulation is entering our body and moving away from our head. And sometimes, as you already know by now at Brain Education, we always point out that sometimes we're often too much in our heads and really should be more inside our bodies as well. So let's get in there. Free up these shoulders, breathing out. And remember to focus on the shoulder joint here. We're opening up bit by bit as we get lower and deeper into our body. And as we shake out, relaxing out the fingers, relaxing out the wrists and the elbows, none of this, and moving more with the shoulders, and breathing comfortably and out through the chest. Just like so. And as we shake, we want to really try and put an intent to today's exercise and training. Intention makes everything different. Interest makes everything different. So get interested in yourself and make a very strong intention for yourself. I'm going to open myself up until everything's in line and it's all clear and set for power, for action. All right, as we get through this, now let's further our focus inwards to our chest as well as our shoulders with this next exercise. We're going to do a little bit of a twist. So here we go. First with the wrist, a little backwards, joint by joint, and then to the elbows, and then to the shoulders. Notice how we're really focusing here. And then over to the other side, we're going to twist in with the other shoulder more with the elbow, and more with the other hand, and kind of drag ourselves out like a towel. And all we're doing is really feeling out the tensions. Feel them over here in the backside, in the front, around the shoulders, and squeeze yourself out like you're draining out all that dirty water from that towel. And breathing in fresh and brand new energy into this body. Releasing out as you squeeze out. And letting go, untwist and unravel this body. Oh, like you're underneath a body of water. Don't go too fast. Really contemplate the movement. Moving to the outside with the other hand now. Elbow, a little bit more emphasis. Shoulder, a little bit more emphasis. And then bring your attention over to the other side with the other shoulder going in, other elbow, and then hand and wrist. Really twist yourself out here. Bend yourself out of shape consciously and intentionally. And exhale out all that tension you're feeling. Really feel like you're pulling your elbows, your shoulders, and your back forward, and then going the other direction with the other hand. Breathing out from the chest. And then unravel, untwist yourself out, over and to the other side. We're going to do this one more time. Wrists, elbows, and shoulders all the way back. Have your pinky point to the back. And then forward with the shoulder, forward with the elbow, and then forward with the wrists. Yes, more. As much as you can. Keep challenging yourself. Brain education is always about ceaseless self-challenge. Exhale. And ceaseless self-observation. So really watch. Is this my best? Can I do more? Ask yourself and be honest. And letting go. Feels so good. All right. So with this challenge coming up, we've opened up here. Let's get down here with the openings as well. So first, nice and simple, hip rotation. As we rotate round, we bring our focus and our attention to the hip joint. And as we did before in previous sessions, we're going to imagine as though this is really a socket of a ball rolling around inside a cup. Ball and socket joint. Imagining this really helps us identify the degree of movement and every angle as to how far out and how wide our movement can be. Don't push yourself too strong, but the idea is to challenge yourself even if just a little bit. Push yourself a little bit more than what you think you're able to do. And that's the entire point. Our point is to move past our thought, even past what we feel we're gonna do. Because sometimes our actions and our body can surprise us. And that surprise is oh so blissful and filled with reward. Let's change over to the other side and keep focusing, keeping that intention of challenge, self-challenge, and really going for something. Really, the reason why we integrate is to ask, is there more? Can we get more of ourselves? So when we're moving down here, same philosophy, same mindset. Try and see if we can push a little bit further than usual. Really imagine this hip socket and bring your attention to it. Give yourself that care and attention as you notice, moving through, feeling out all the different sides of your body, seeing if you can open up, and don't forget, let go of that breath, along with all the other thoughts and feelings that weren't necessary. You can still do this. Yes, you can. All right, keep moving through, and we're gonna come down and to our knees. So feet don't have to be, attached to each other. They can be a little close. And we're gonna rotate gently and slightly. Be kind here, compassionate. These knees have carried you all day. Exhale out. Don't throw them around. Be deliberate and be conscious with the movement. You're gonna need them later, believe me. And then over to the other side as you rotate through. Exhaling out, breathing out anything you feel, tensions, no matter where you feel it, whether it's in the low back, your hips, your thighs, or even around the knee joints. Really be attentive, aware, and have a sense about your body. I think we need to freshen things up, liven up our body, really get it ready for what's coming. And so we're going to use a little bit of body tapping. here first. Let's go round the hips. Tapping, round the hip joint, upper thighs, lower waist, and really find our way around this joint. Bringing more attention from our brain, and breathing out any discomforts we may feel, whether they're pains, sorenesses, tenderness, ouchie, ouchie. And you could even tell your brain a reassuring message to say, I love my pain. Oh, helps you grow, helps you realize, and reminds you that you're still awake and you're still alive. Keeping up with this body tapping, let's moving down and to the outer thighs, here, and coming round the knees, and to the inner knees, up and to your inner thighs. You can open up your legs here to do this. As you exhale out, coming round the hips again, coming up to the outer thigh, outer hip, and then up and to the back to our outer waist. You could even come up to your low back, your kidney area, and really get some nice relief in. Tap as comfortably as you need to with a gentle palm, almost shaped like a cup. But the arms move strongly or more powerfully. Try not to force your way through this tap. Nice and relaxed. Chill out. Casual sincerity, but you are sincere. Tapping through with the low back, tapping through with the kidneys, and you can even find your way down the backside, behind the thighs, behind the knees, even coming down a little bit further, round it out, and then back over to the front. And let's cap it off with the hips for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower waist, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sweep down. Well done. Rejuvenating, waking up all these acupressure points along the midsection of your body, your thighs, as well as your hips. Well done. You guys are doing so well with this training as we inch more and more closer to our challenge. We had the upper meridians, we had a little bit more of the lower meridians. Let's do all the meridians together in our more than famous plate balancing. You may recognize it from previous sessions. At this time though, I have a prop. A little rock, something that, has done a little bit of craft work to and painted, but it doesn't have to be an object of this size or portion or even material. Anything that feels a little flat, you can place in your palm or maybe even on your head, hint, hint, something for later. And try and have some weight to it. That's the point. You want to feel its presence, that it's actually there. And this helps us draw our attention, draw our mind to this one point here and away from these silly thoughts we keep having. Anyway, I don't need to tell you about those. Let's come into this plate balancing posture with one leg bent and the other leg straight. We're going to keep our other hand here just to kind of be attentive and aware of our waist as well as our low back, protecting the low back. You can come down as low as you feel you need to with that challenge as you reach out with the palm, or you can stay up here, whatever suits your condition. You be the judge. But give yourself a little challenge. Reaching out with the palm, opening up. As you reach open and forward, come in with your plate balance or your object and back to the back, turning in the shoulder. As you rotate forward, keep that plate balanced, in this case the rock balanced, and moving slowly and evenly to the back with the weight, and continue the movement up and over your head. Don't drop that rock. It could be really precious, And back and to the front as you rotate through. Let's add breath, that component that really helps us release all this bodily tension and emotion. Coming in again as you inhale. Bringing it to the front as you turn the shoulders, opening the back meridians, feeling the waist as you move to the back. Back leg holds up a little bit more of your weight and pressure. As you hold that breath, coming round, and as you return to the front, exhaling through. Let's do that one more time. Nice, even focus, really getting our body warm. The more you concentrate with intent, with interest, remember, the more the effect. Bringing it in, inhale. Rotating forward, turn that shoulder as much as you can. Reach out, remember it's challenge time. Reach out as much as you can. Each angle, you have a chance to pull yourself further. Reach out longer and be more diligent as well as focused and attentive. Challenge at all levels. Exhale through. Wow. Let's go over to the other side. I'm feeling warm already. That shows how much my mind is really getting into it. And I hope that you guys are feeling it too. Really focus now. You got your precious rock item into your palm on the other hand. Leg bent, other leg flush straight. Hand over the waist or low back as you reach forward. And you can sink into the challenge that you feel best. I think I want to really push myself within here a little bit. I'm feeling a little courageous as you come into the back and over to the front. Really dig into that power. Feel it, use it. Coming over to the back and up and above, reaching, and then finally returning to the safe ground, to the safe haven. The warrior returns. As you come in, inhale. You can create your own story, you know. Give yourself that motivation and really use that power. Power you don't know you have until you've used it, until you've tried it. Don't be afraid of that power. It's there for you, to help you. Exhale out. Most importantly, your mind. Be intentful, be of interest, even to yourself. Inhale. Coming round, focusing on the body, turn the shoulders, feel that back opening. As you return with the weight, open up the side of the waist. Front with the hips, low back crunch, and you come around. Wow. Well done. We're getting warmer and we're getting closer to that plane of challenge. Remember, this is all for something. We're looking for an alignment, so make that your intention. All right, next up, we got toe tapping. We're gonna stay here for a little longer than usual. We really wanna flush out all the blockages, everything that's in the way of moving our thought, our intention, into power and action. All right, here we go. Over and to the side, or at least the long end of your mat, you can stretch out your legs and bring your feet closer together. Now we're gonna be up here for this exercise, resting your hands behind you, kind of like you're casually laying back, like on a beach chair. But just to note, if this posture becomes too much, because our focus is gonna be down here, feel free to lie down flat at any moment, and that won't affect the training. In fact, it may even emphasize it. All right, as we come into this, we try to bring in the heels together, and we're going to rotate our entire limb here, both limbs together, tapping the toes. And now with this toe tapping, the key is the range. If you notice, my toes open out like wind wipers, but there's not just my feet, it's also my thigh. And more specifically, this femur bone here, as it rotates, turns inside the hip socket joint and really flushes out all the tensions inside here. Now this is a very specific exercise for a lot of benefits. Reflexology and opening up the acupressure points at the bottom. Hip joints in terms of raising the mobility, as well as bringing the circulation further down and more distributed in even fashion across the whole body. Lots of benefits here. Best for people with having some trouble sleeping, or circulation issues, or even just to get calm. Once you draw down the energy and circulation further and into the body, then there's less up here to keep you busy, and more down here to keep you warm, moving, and acting. All right, so let's keep this going. You may already feel some tensions on the inside of the hip joint here. That's okay. Exhale out. There's a lot of things that we're not doing for our hips in helping them become more healthy. And this is exactly what you're feeling. All those accumulated stagnations, those blockages. But don't fret, don't worry, and don't judge yourself. We're doing something about it right now. We're integrating. That's the point. A little bit of challenge. You can slow down, but don't you stop. And yes, always remember to breathe out. You want to be able to feel as though there is some challenge to this, but don't be afraid of feeling some pain, some discomfort. That's okay. Not all pain is bad. You need to understand that pain is really produced or is a function of the body to help the body. It tells your brain where to focus. I need some attention here, guys. Let's send some circulation, some nourishment, some healing. And that's what pain is good for, to tell you something. It's been trying, so listen. Pay attention and give it some love, some TLC. With your attention, with your action, with your mind. Exhaling out, and we're almost done with this round. Bring your attention to the feeling of tinglings, numbness maybe, or sensations all the way at the bottom of your feet, as though it's almost dissolving and coming out and through your toes. Also imagine as though all these stagnations, these tensions that have been building up or that you realized were building up, flush all the way down and through to the feet and out through the toes, along with your breath. And from this point, you truly know relief. You don't know true relief until you've known true tension. And that's what we help our brain realize. The comfort that comes after these challenges is immaculate. Getting a little comfortable, maybe, is a counterintuitive way of getting real relief. Sometimes we have to feel a little tension in order to feel true relief. And that's the point. So, face up to the challenge, let's live by it. One more time with our toe tapping. Let's get into this. Another round. A little bit more courageous, a little bit more brave. That mind of yours is going to make the feeling all so different. If you choose it, it will happen. And we're going to integrate today. So make it and make up your mind. Really, make up your mind. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be with Master Muhammad till the end, till this is done. And as we come through, exhale out. Always release that breath, that energy that's kind of caught up in here, inside the chest. As you toe tap, focus on the range of the movement as you come in and out. Exhaling through. And yes, I know it can be a challenge. Yes, I know there's some pain. Yes, I know there's some discomfort. Breathe out, relax into it. Settle into this body. That's literally what it means to get grounded, is to feel everything and still be okay. Have that resilience to understand that this is all a part of you. It's part of what you have. It's all inside you. And so there's no one, nothing to blame. Not even yourself. Just accept. This is something I got. Now it's time to choose. Do I let it go? Do I release it? Do I overcome it? Do I challenge it? Make up your mind and keep moving. Choose and act. Exhale through. We got a few more moments here. Keep it going. Let's count down from 30. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Countdown. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Noticing the tips of your toes, the bottoms of your feet. Imagining the circulation coming down and through with your air. Flushing out all the tensions, all that trapped air and emotion out. All the bodily tensions and all that they represent, physical, emotional, or mental. Well done. Well done. We're getting into that spirit of resilience. And dare I say it, pure will. Will is a beautiful thing. Really, if people want change, if they want to change and see the way they want to see themselves, truly, you need will. You do need acceptance, but to be able to change the course of this life, or even the firings and pathways being triggered inside your brain, willpower is what you need. And so, regardless of the circumstance, regardless of the means, whatever we expose you to here, whatever you expose yourself to out there, it's the same brain and the same body that addresses that challenge. And it's your will that you need to train to come through bolder, braver, brighter. Now, we've got a burning posture up ahead. Yes, it's called a burning posture for a reason, or in otherwise, Korean terms, yeon dun. This particular burning posture is called sleeping tiger. Now in this burning posture, really, we know that our body is connected to that neocortex and limbic system. Every emotion or thought we feel has a muscular trace or a pattern, like a triggering or a firing. We seize up, we get nervous, we clamp up, all these things from our thoughts and our feelings, and they reside right here. So burning through is burning through all that unnecessary to the pure essence of who we truly are, inside. And so that's what I meant by aligning. And your brain's gonna say, hey, I'm not sure. And your mind and your emotions are gonna say, oh, I'm feeling nervous. This may seem scary. I'm not sure about this. Recognize that these are just your thoughts, maybe even your thought patterns. You often think this way when challenged. And maybe even that these emotions are your emotional patterns and that you often feel this way when you're set up against something. But irregardless, this isn't gonna hurt you. Your body will be fine. In fact, it'll be more than fine. And we're gonna do a little bit over 5 minutes. And trust me, whatever condition you're in, I'm sure you can manage through. And we're gonna give you a little bit of progression to help you in coming through a little bit more willing, powerful, and bright. All right, let's get into this posture. This is sleeping tiger. So for sleeping tiger, we've got our backs flat against the floor. Try and tuck in the chin to lengthen the spine, and try and tuck in the hips to have your tailbone, or shall we say your low back, kind of nice, flat, and even across the floor. So minimize the space between your spine, the back, and the floor. From this point on, we lift up with our knees, flexing back our toes ever so slightly, so kind of to activate and liven up the acupressure points at the bottom of our feet. Hands face up to the ceiling, elbows slightly bent. You don't want to lock your joints and eliminate some good healthy circulation from reaching into your body. Keep your knees at 90 degrees as best as you can. And this is our posture. This is our sleeping tiger. Now, at any point where you feel like it's really brutal and quintessential that you do something about your discomfort or pain, only at that point, and really question and challenge, if you can go a little bit further, only then bring down your foot and maybe alternate. But until that point, and even once you get there, ask yourself, is there more? Can I hold on for just another minute or even just another second? And your mind, have it focused right here. Our lower danjan, or physical energy center. At this point, some of you may be feeling a good amount of discomfort. Breathe this out. And I'm not talking about physical discomfort. Your mind may be racing. Your brain may be telling you, we've never done this before. This is our first time. This, I'm not sure I can last 5 minutes. It's really hard. And recognize each and every one of those awarenesses as a mentation, just a thought. And that's all it is. It doesn't necessarily have to hold true. Your body is still up. And for that matter, your body's listening. So talk back. If it says, drop, put it down, all of that really translates to, hey, how about we put our legs down? But you say, I can keep going. We can do this. Even if I'm feeling the discomfort that I'm feeling, even if I'm feeling the pains that I feel, I can hold it up. If not for just one more second, if not for just one more minute, I can do this. Exhale through. Exhale through. Keep that going. We're gonna stay here for another 3 minutes. You guys got this. And from here, keep focused in your dungeon. Breathe out. And you can actually begin to see all these thoughts and emotions that come up. Whether it's this challenge, a mental challenge, or any physical challenge, it's the same brain that responds to the same pressure or demand. And that is, by definition, what stress is. So even your response to stress or a demand on the brain is going to have to change here. Your will is going to have to come through. You're going to have to raise up to the challenge. And you're going to have to tell yourself, this is good for me. You're going to have to change your mind about it. Really make up your mind about it. And notice that if you let go now, this could be the same out there. And for every project, every dream, every hope you've had, that this is true brain integration. When your thought says one thing, I'm not sure, or maybe this is right, and your heart says another, but I want to make it through. I want to discover who I am, what's really inside, what this is made of. And they're going to have a conversation. Can we do it? I'm not so sure. Maybe we can. Yeah, okay, let's try. Maybe this is right for us. Yeah, we like this. We want a challenge. We want to get to our true selves. We want to find out what's inside. We want to integrate. We want to feel like everything we think can happen. We want to feel like everything we hope for can become a reality. We want to do as we say, and say as we do, and not speak out of knowledge, not speak out of pure information, but out of experience, out of personal experience, an excursion and a piece of wisdom to bear fruit from. Here we go. We've got a little bit of time left. I know you can do this, and we're reaching that critical point, that plateau, where it's almost becoming really uncomfortable to stay here, but that's okay. That's the whole point. Often, we cut short and we stop early, right before that boiling point, where after, everything evaporates and everything loosens up, becomes easy and relaxed. Trust me, even this feeling will pass. Breathing out, bear through. You can do this. Flex your feet a little bit more. Keep your bent knees a little bit more. Focus on your body and release everything out. Talk back even to your thoughts. Let them know you're not just going to listen. You're not just going to receive it like a victim. You can do this. And from here on, you've got 10 seconds left. Come on. 9, 8, 7. That's it. We're on the home stretch. Ready? 2, 1. Drop. And this here is your point of realization, your retribution, almost. Like a warrior returning from battle, lying still on the grassy knoll, atop the hill, completed his mission. Rest comfortably knowing that no matter how you did, you made it, you did it, and you're here, aligned, together. Stay with your body here. Keep your mind and your awareness inside with yourself. There's no reason to distract to the outside too much. But as you are, gently and slowly, bend your knees, turning over to one side gently and comfortably. Remember to keep your attention in and with yourself for this next meditation in seeking true integration and alignment and encapsulating all that we've done. And if you remember, your prop, this is the time to get it. This is going to be useful in bringing our mind and our attention back to our body. let's place it right at the crown of our head. Here. And almost make it like a placeholder to help remind us to lengthen and bring up our spine a little taller. And this is what we call Chunmun meditation, to connect. Slowly bring in your chin to lengthen the back of your neck. Raise up your spine like you feel as though this item is really pulling a string, making you longer and taller. Resting your hands here on your knees. And try and imagine as though there is this tunnel, this pathway coming through your brain, right and down to the very bottom of your seat, your base. From here, you can rest your hands and you can truly come in with this meditation and imagine this line, this slight opening at the very top of your brain, pouring in with newfound and pure energy. Recognize your resilience and move through step by step as this pure light of energy comes down and through your brain. You breathe out all that was unnecessary, all those thoughts that said you shouldn't, you couldn't, or wouldn't. They weren't even true. Breathe those out. Recognize how truly powerful this mind is in delivering to you exactly what you need and more, but what you need first. Bringing that line, that opening, that tunnel a little further down, burrowing its way through and into your bosom, into your heart. Recognize this heart for its true power, its true resilience, and its true will. It's got so many dreams, desires, and ambitions inside. And you let go of all its fears, all its worries. All it tried to do was protect you. You don't need to blame this beautiful heart because it did so powerfully to get you through. And as you come down and further in, past your bosom, deeper down with this nice, beautiful tunnel of pure light into this body, and you recognize the true magnificence, the true beauty of this body you hold, that you have. You thought and you felt maybe it wouldn't do it. Maybe it couldn't do it. But little did you know what power it truly had inside. No matter what condition you think you're in, there's always more that can come out of you. There's always more ready because this body believes in you. This heart wants for you, and this mind creates for you. Breathing through, making this alignment, making this line really feel all the true powers, the three treasures you have inside yourself with this mind, this heart, this body. And let everything else, all the unnecessary, all the untrue, all the unneeded, go. Well done. Hey, you did it! You've integrated your brain and your body and your heart. Well done, you. You didn't know you could make it. Maybe some of you didn't make it all the way through, but forgive yourself, because guess what? You can play this video again. And you can try again. Give up as many times as you feel you need to until you're ready and you're willing. And remember, you do have this power waiting for you inside to get not just stuck in your thoughts, but into your wants and through with more power and will to your actions. So I hope that you really felt this today, this integration, this alignment, this warrior spirit you have inside. And remember, subscribe, share how you felt, turn on those notifications, and take back your brain and get bright.